Hey, Haley Beth. Alright, y'all, trying to figure this out. Huh. Trying to bring you up, Ash. It's just spinning. There we go. Alright, invite. Man, I got nothing unless my hands are just too dry to. No. Well, let's see here. Hey, there's Ash, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Uh-oh. Man, we might have a jacked up start here. Hey, it sent that invite.
Hey.
Let's see if it'll let me. It won't let me get Haley. Can you hear me, Ash?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ash is frozen.
Ginn, you're the only one that's having problems, I think. Chat, are you having problems?
No, everybody's working.
Start whenever.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on
Can
here.
you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Tell me when.
Ginn cannot. Hold on.
Ginn.
Ginn, can you hear me?
Hey, yes, it's starting to catch up. Let's just give it a second
Okay.
here. I can
I'm
hear
ready
Ash.
whenever you guys are.
Haley, stand by.
Hey, Ginn. Give me a thumbs up
Haley,
if you can hear me.
Haley, can you hear me,
Hold on.
Haley? Then wait a second. Hold on a second. Ash.
Yes, sir.
There we go. All right, now you're caught up. You're there now. Chat.
Check.
What we got going on with you? Check. You're in there. Okay, now Haley, talk to us a little bit. Let us make sure we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. There we go. We got you now. All right, now everything's working. Okay.
Did miss it.
Now we're ready for you, Haley. Do your thing.
Hi. Welcome to the Ginn Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner.
Uh-oh.
She just froze for me, y'all.
She
Night
froze
at
for
6
me
o'clock
too, yeah.
p.m. Eastern. Ash, I can
Ginn,
start over.
what kind of show are you running here, buddy?
A bad one. A bad one. Bad one.
Oh, man.
All right, Haley,
Turn off your Bluetooth.
You started. I don't have anything like that on. I don't even have my headset on. I had to take all that off. Let's try again, Haley. It seems like it may be caught up with you now. You had a practice run. There you go.
Okay.
Try it again.
Hi, welcome. Hi, welcome to the Ginn Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner of Haley Dot. I'm a diamond dot artist. I have a show every Friday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we're gonna have a discussion all about help. Take it away, Ginn.
Thank you, Haley. Don't forget to tell them, Haley, you got a show on Fridays. When is that
I
show?
have a show every Friday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And what kind of art
And if you don't,
Mrs. Haley?
diamond art, I'm currently working on a new project right now.
Nice.
Nice.
I like it. So, you have a show on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and you do diamond dot art, and you're the MC for this show, and you also have something else you were going to do. Is there anything else you had going on today?
Oh, before I drop, something about this one right here. If you didn't hear my voicemail,
I didn't.
I didn't.
So, over the weekend, I went to a pancake thing, and guess what I got?
Banana pancakes.
No. Boy stuff.
Boy stuff.
What?
But you know what I also got?
What? What's that?
I don't know.
I don't have a
I
clue.
was thinking of you, Chad. I got I don't know if I can say RAZORS on tier.
Oh, I don't know either.
I'm like,
You gonna shave, Chad? I got you. I got you.
You gonna shave
got
off
all
your
the-
beard, Haley?
You got all the gear to shave him.
There you go.
Woo!
I was saving on this all week.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm gonna go to the basement now.
Thank you,
I'm
You're
Haley.
awesome, Haley.
Appreciate you, little sis. Good job. Way to go.
Yeah, big love, sis.
See you, Haley.
bye, guys.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.
That was a close shave, right, freak?
That was a close shave. Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. And
Oh,
hey,
man.
we have a cue that we worked on, and she's got it down then. She's that's awesome, man. Hey, Brush, thank you, Brush with Purpose.
Nice.
So,
Hey,
we
thanks,
got a
Haley.
little bit different show tonight. Seems like, fellers. We're going to talk about helping and what that means, what Chad's got going on, what we've come up with. I've had conversations with Ezra. He's having conversations with TikTok and having conversations with other people who are into the philanthropy type stuff. And Chad doing what he does is going to flip this thing on its head and actually build something that potentially helps more than just him. So we're gonna do a little bit different thing today. Ash, I think we're gonna give you the floor for a few minutes. And you have some announcements and some things to talk about, and probably some more hair to cut off of Chad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't get any boy things while I was out, but
I was scared.
Wow.
I was scared for a minute. I was scared.
yeah, I was nervous.
I
I just out there like,
scared. It's like, what's
All right.
next?
all right. Well, what I've been doing is I've been popping up here and there on live, and I'm back to it. And turn on your notifications. I'll be around once in a while. It might be day, time, might be nighttime. I'm not sure yet. It's whenever I can. It's catch as catch can. So that's what I'm doing there. I also have a podcast, which is Genteel Poverty. It's on all platforms but Pandora, because Pandora knows what it did. And also, I'm going to be starting my own podcast solo. So it's going to be Ashman's Basic Podcast. And so that'll be starting soon. And if you have anything you'd like to talk about or hear me talk about, go ahead and DM me and let me know what my subject should be. I do have ideas. Once in a while, I mean, some people think they're bad ideas, but I go with them. But if you have any ideas of what you're missing in a podcast, just go ahead and let me know. I'm sure the fellas have some ideas. But other
One
than
without
that,
you, Ash. One without you.
okay. So that's what I've been up to. I've been thinking, because that's all I've had time to do. But yeah, so that's my plans for at least until the end of the year. I'll probably start it in January. Once I get enough ideas going, then that's what I'll be up to. And of course, I'll be here as well. So that's what I've been thinking about. And I also thought about one of my subjects was going to be about whining, because I know a lot of people that are whining right now. And
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Do
yeah,
ya?
I hear
Do ya?
rumors of whining. So
Rumors of whining.
I can't.
Oh my God. He says,
I heard a rumor that a
we
friend
have
of
concepts of whining.
I heard a rumor that a friend of ours is literally willing to flatline for followers.
I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's kind of sad,
Shameless.
but
Shameless.
shameless.
And God
It'll do
forbid, or
anything.
whatever powers that be forbid, if you pass him in followers. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know.
Ain't above
I've
it.
heard.
He'll
Yeah.
come up with
Yeah,
the latest
guys here in the-
disease.
Guys here in the chat, I want you to know, I checked right before the show. I checked. He has exactly 100 followers ahead of me. 100.
Wow.
So I expect nothing less than 101 followers during this show.
There you go.
Or I'm going to be sorely
I
disappointed.
took 2 weeks off. I was trying. I figured maybe if he passed me back, he'd quit all this cancer shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
Come on,
wait.
Chad,
You just
already.
wait.
Come on.
What's up, Goop?
And in case anybody in the chat doesn't realize, I'm joking. I'm really joking. I'm just kidding.
He's not.
I'm just kidding.
He's not. They're both really mean to me.
Hey, Burning Illusion, Street Morbidity, Burnt
What's
Diva.
up?
Thank
Thank
all
you.
y'all for coming in. Goopy, Severed, Laura,
Yeah.
Diabla. Thank all y'all for coming in here. We're gonna do a little different kind of thing tonight. We're gonna have a real candid conversation. Some of it's gonna be
There you go.
uncomfortable. We're gonna do our best to try to start the beginnings of laying out a response or a like. I'm about to turn things over to Chad, but here's an observation just to get the ball rolling. Chad, on January 2nd, you remind me frequently that the Ginn Project Show will have been going for 2 years. We've done 100 some oddish interviews for 2 years. And over the course of that time, we have worked with, in some capacity or another, small and large, a number of people that have had a variety of issues, whether it's cancer treatment, some other types of treatment, all kinds of things, food insecurity, housing insecurity, just all kinds of stuff. And there is a huge need, and there's an amazing community of just kind and generous people that we get to work with. So the basic idea is to try to start brainstorming to figure out how, as a community, we can kind of try to look out for each other. Thank you, Wolfman, because nobody's coming. We've had, for example, there's been a sign back here. We love you, Johnny Ray. There's a GoFundMe for Johnny Ray. There's one for Rebecca. We did a GoFundMe with Michael Outlaw for one of his friends. I've lost track of how many we've done in 2 years. So it is an ongoing need. Hey, Flutterbot. It is an ongoing need. It isn't going to diminish. And based on my experience over the last few years, several years, decades with the medical system, it isn't getting better. Um, and we've also got a lot of people who have art or who have already responded before we even really got the word out that, hey, I'm an artist, I have art, I'd like to contribute, blah blah blah, which is amazing. But that means we need to have a real conversation about what that looks like and how we do that, and making sure everything is above the table and transparent and all of that stuff. So just kind of setting the table there. I'm going to turn, I heard that, Kara. Us too. Us too. And, yes, Haley Beth.
Yes.
So we're hoping that maybe this could be the impetus for starting something, even if it's small. That one of the things we're going to do, for example, is we are going to have a show, one of the Ginn Project shows, once a month. Each month, a Ginn Project show is going to be dedicated to this issue, this topic. And we want to figure out how that looks and how we make that happen. The donated art stuff we were talking about, and then also this Save an Alien concept. So there is kind of the prep work. The guy that actually matters in the entire equation is sucking down some sort of beverage, and hopefully he's going to kind of elaborate a little bit on that.
Oh, am I? What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good evening. Oh, let's see here. Where to start? I'm going to start with me and expand outward. How's that? Because, you know, Ash, me. You know.
There's a trend here.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, sorry.
I might have
because he's got good
enjoyed
sound.
it, but it's true. Okay, so
We didn't want to make you sound bad.
we'll just start here. I know. That's what it was. That's what it was.
He's got a team of
like-
engineers over there where he's at. Chad's out in the woods with a code.
You just, yeah, he's like, you just run, little buddy. You run. Go fix that aluminum foil on the side of the house.
Like when Black Country comes on, we just mute.
Now, okay, so yeah, last week at the end of the show, I dropped the bomb that doing the cancer fight again, and the reason that we did it in that manner is because we didn't want to take away anything from the artist that was being interviewed. That's their moment to shine. That's their spotlight. That's their time. So we didn't want to put a wet blanket over anybody's interview and, you know, take that away from them. But we also wanted to share with our community what was going on. So that's why it was done that way. And of course it was the end of the show. So what do we do at the end of every show? We leave. That's how you end a show. So that's what we did. But here's the deal. I'm going to make it as short and sweet as possible so we can get to the rest of this community. I have post-transplant large diffused B-cell lymphoma. It's the third time I've had this kind of cancer. It's the fourth time I've had cancer. Since I've had this lymphoma twice before, they're putting me on something that's called CAR T-cell therapy. And what that means is I will go to my specialist, and they will probably run me through, I'll know more here after Thursday. But they'll probably run me through some short chemo sessions to prep certain parts of my immune system. And they're going to take T cells from me when they do that. T cells are part of your immune system, if you're unaware of that. They are going to modify those T cells with extra little spikes. Might sound familiar, like maybe 5 years ago you got to hear things about protein spikes and how they operate inside the body. Yeah, not real different. So they add these little DNA genetic codes to my T cells that give them these spikes, and then they multiply them by millions upon millions, and then they give them back to me. And the reason being is because T cells often cannot identify cancer because they're used to getting like viruses and things. And at the end of the day, all cancer is an improperly growing cell of your own. Okay, for the most part, overgrowing or something in that nature. But when you put this spike on the T cells by modifying them, they can now identify and latch themselves on and unalive the cancer cells. When they do that, it actually multiplies the T cell at the same time. So, and if all goes well, then not only will those new T cells introduced into me take care of the lymphoma I have, but it should supply me with an immune system for lymphoma. So, I will know more after Thursday. So I'll be able to tell you guys, like, I'm going to be gone from this time to this time, doing this, or I'm going to have to do that. But I'm not going to know a whole lot until after Thursday. Did I cover that? Does anybody have any questions about that? I just know I was getting a lot of questions, and I figured maybe if I can answer them all for everybody in one place, it might be a little easier. Hey, thanks, guys. Big love to y'all. So yeah, I don't know how soon they're going to start this. They won't take very long because lymphoma it doesn't wait around. It takes off. So you gotta, when you find it, you got it. And you gotta go get it. Thank you, Perfect TV. Thank you guys so much. Not saying it's not going to suck, but I'm kind of a hardened veteran at this whole cancer thing. So we'll be all right. We got this. Man, I love y'all. Y'all are so awesome. And I want to stop with all the technical jargon and just thank you guys. Like, the outpouring of love that I've gotten is, God, insane. Unbelievable. Like, I don't even, it's unbelievable. Jenny, this time and the 2 times before it, yes. When I was 4, it was leukemia. This is lymphoma. Thank you, Airbrush. Appreciate you. Oh, I'm accidentally like pushing buttons and stuff over here. Sorry. So yeah, okay. That covers that, because I had a lot of people asking me about as far as what I have and what's going to happen. And that's what I know for right now. Where would you like to go from there again?
Well, I think maybe that gives them kind of a background. We'll know more, which will give us some more information after Thursday. I think we want to either talk about. I think the jumping off point would be like people are already dropping ideas in the chat for like. I think a good starting point is the thing that I've noticed is several people have reached out to me, and I know a lot of people have reached out to you saying, "Hey, I'm willing to donate art," and that made us start thinking about, okay, well, what does that look like? How do we handle that and all of that? So we kicked around some ideas. We were hoping to get ideas from the folks out there. I guess all ideas, it would be good to hear. Some, not all of them will happen. And some of it might be modified to, because there's some things that people always kind of go to and do. And if those things worked, we wouldn't be in the same situation. We wouldn't be dealing with this constant,
Sure.
right now it's Chad Rev art, but things like chemo treatments or any other number of ailments or things that can happen can put a person financially in a bind for extended periods of time. And we're not talking about paying medical bills. That's their fight with the insurance company and the hospitals and all that.
Right.
We're talking about all of the stuff that goes along with that. Like what happens like Johnny when a person can't work while they're going through treatment, or what happens when they get an injury and they can't work, or they've got some kind of illness, or whatever the case is. There is a constant need.
For example, right now, one of the things I'm looking at that I'm going to find out more about, you're going to hear me say that a lot today, is I'm going to have to most likely rent a hotel room for weeks on end because of having to have isolation and being close to my specialist that is 3 hours from my home. That's another thing there, Kara Jane. You said the meal train. Not only am I going to have to rent a hotel room for weeks on end, I'm going to have to feed myself for weeks on end, healthy and not in my home, while I'm in a hotel room. So I mean, those are things. Just using myself as an example to point out that everybody's going to have their own version of this when the dice roll unfortunate for them. The day before I got the results that my lymphoma was back, everything was normal. But then that changed, and that can happen for anybody at any time. And there are a lot, like you were saying, there's a lot of outside of the medical, it might not be a hospital stay bill all the time.
One night, 2-day hospital stay. And since then, that was in June. And since then, we've been fighting with them every Friday, whether we needed it to or not. And it was hundreds of thousands of dollars we're fighting over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
It could wipe out a lifetime of work and effort, just like that. So I don't think we're necessarily at the starting point trying to figure out how to fix the healthcare system, but what we're trying to do is put something in place because this is reoccurring. This is a one-off.
That is what we need tonight. We need ideas.
No, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're asking for. All ideas are good, but that's the thing in this brainstorming kind of thing. Some things to think about would be keeping the middleman out of it as much as possible, streamlining it, make it really simple, making it almost drama proof. For example, Chad articulated to us in a meeting, it needs to the person receiving the help, it needs to be easy for them. The person donating the art, if that was the case, for example, it needs to be easy for them. And then the person that is taking care of that exchange or whatever, it needs to be an easy, because most of this is all going to be done by people that are probably just trying to make it happen.
Missouri,
we're all in different states, which is why it makes sense to do it on a online kind of social media kind of application, because we're all, for example, Ash is in Arizona, I'm in Western North Carolina, and Chad's in Missouri. A drive to Chad's house from my house is 14 plus hours if you didn't stop. So I couldn't tell you what it is to Ash is in Arizona. So part of the thought process is to kind of reach out to the community and try to find ways that, okay, if there are people willing to, if there are people willing to donate art, for example, then what does that look like? One way that it looks is an auction. Okay, that's cool. Then do we set up the infrastructure for an auction that gets repeated every so often? Do the artists have to pay for shipping? Do the artists get reimbursed for the shipping part of it? If it's damaged in shipping, who's responsible for that? If people don't get what they're supposed to get, who's responsible for that? It gets really complicated when you start involving money. And we also have had experiences with other people that didn't handle the money right and things fell apart on them. Most small businesses don't make it. Most nonprofits don't make it in that regard. Yeah. So how do we set up some sort of an organization that has accountability maybe Cash App and Venmo and whatever. What I have reached out to Ezra, for example, and Ezra is having a conversation with TikTok tonight as we speak. And that conversation has to do with things like, okay, these guys want to do a monthly benefit show. And for now, it's going to benefit Chad, but in the future, it's going to benefit whoever. Because there's always going to be a need. So if we set up the infrastructure for Chad, we might as well set it up where it'll benefit the next person too. So he's also reaching out to people who are philanthropy experts. And they have agreed, at least one has agreed to have conversations with us and help us out. So we are putting all kinds of ideas on the table. Like I said, most of them won't get used, and a lot of them, there would be really good reasons why we wouldn't want to, or whatever. But that almost doesn't matter. In a brainstorming session, you throw all the ideas out there and see what we kind of come up with.
That's what we talked about when we were talking about putting this together. We were like, let's just take it to the community, because it is for and about the community. So who's going to know better about what a community needs and how to accomplish it than the community itself?
Exactly.
You all right over there, buddy?
Oh man, I can hear you now. I was having trouble hearing you. There's fans and stuff in this shop, so with just the speaker on.
And shout out to all my Missouri people here in the chat. That was cool.
So
yes, that's exactly, Kira, what we were talking about.
So
it'll be something a little different. It will just always be helping.
Yeah, Laura, that would be helpful too. I'm trying here, but as you know, I have a difficult time having the conversation and keeping up with the chat and all of that. So, Laura, any help you could give there would be appreciated. Good evening, Kara. Hey, Lost. So the idea is that we feel like that we are a part of an amazing community on this platform, and we have seen this community rise to occasion after occasion to help people. But it always requires this effort to get things ramped up and to get volunteers and to get things happening. And a lot of the resources and energy are used on that process. Whereas if there's something already in place that we have built together that takes care of a lot of that stuff, then it's transferable to whoever the next person is that needs a hand up. And it isn't, we can't solve all problems for all people, but we can come up with creative ways. And the art community tends to want to put art. That's what we have. That's what a lot of us are able to do is send in an amazing piece of art. So the question is, how do we take an amazing piece of art and pay for hotel rooms with it? And pay for meals with it, and pay for medications, or pay for transportation, or pay for all of those ancillary things that happen when someone is staying in the hospital. There's going to be people that end up having to stay in the hospital from our community at some point in the future who might need help with childcare for a couple days. I mean, there could be,
never know.
I used to do social work. I used to keep men's and women's and boys and girls clothes and food, non-perishable stuff, so that when I work with somebody, if they needed something like that, that's a good starting point, right? There's something to eat and some clean clothes. Then we'll worry about this other stuff, right? So you also got to kind of start where you're at. Where we are at is in a community full of absolutely phenomenal people with big hearts. But the other part of that equation is none of us are rich. So the one thing that we have that we can give is our art, for example. But there has to be an apparatus to turn that art into something, and you don't get the most value from it if you ramp up that apparatus every time and then do like a one-time sale. You lose all of the benefit of the apparatus that you put together to make that sale happen. If that makes sense. Anyway. Heard that, Burnt Diva. So one concept was, just a thought experiment, was let's say that an artist wants to donate artwork. Okay. then maybe they send a digital copy of that artwork, and we're able to turn that artwork into merch in some kind of way, for that organization that we create, as an example. And then also that means the artist can either keep the original artwork, or they could also donate the original. Well, in that case, then there would have to be like some central place where that could be tracked. And okay, Burnt Diva has said that, she's going to donate a piece. All right, so it's listed somewhere or whatever, right? We got there. All of that would have to be organized. But I think the practical thing that would have to be happen is somebody would contact Burnt Diva. Hey, send your stuff to this address, and then there should be a way that like her shipping would get compensated. So if a sale has already happened and her piece is sold and she's sending it somewhere, then there should be a mechanism to reimburse her the shipping. Now the artist is only out their artwork and their time, and they don't have to pay that additional expense of shipping. So how many more artists would be able to help out if they didn't have to pay the shipping on it, right? And you can make that money up when the art piece sells, especially if it's still with the artist and they haven't paid to ship it anywhere. If the art piece, so there are tons and tons of things to think through to make that process efficient, so that you don't lose a lot of the resources and the structure and the time that people put into doing it each time. Does that make sense? And we're going to throw the Ginn Project Show in there. And the Ginn Project Show once a month is going to be a show that is about whatever we all decide and how we present that. So we can have people on, we can do it, we can talk about particular issues within this topic. We can have experts that come on. We've already been contacted by people who are experts in various fields that are willing to work with us. So we might be able to marshal all of these resources and put together something that benefits everyone. And that there's accountability and there's a structure to it. And if one person isn't able to do something, then there's another person that can handle that or whatever. I don't know. Am I making sense?
Yeah. And one thing that needs to be focused on, I think you might have already touched on a bit, is not only does it need to be a system put in place to make everything streamlined, but it needs to be a manner of, and I think everybody will understand, it's where like me, Ginn, Ash, we don't ever touch it. We don't touch the art. We don't touch the money. If somebody's on there, you know what I'm saying? Like, there should be a streamlined way. If somebody comes up and says, I want to donate a piece of art to this person that's on this show, or this group, whatever it is, there needs to be a streamlined manner for that to happen. That is, again, no middlemen,
Like,
less gears, less chances for things to fail as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you, Rachel. I'm going to call you. I just hadn't had a chance to. This is new stuff in the last couple of days, actually, Rachel. Yes, definitely going to need some help. Was going to have a conversation with you about that specifically, Ray-Bay. I think that you're right, Chad. But I think that, for example, like streamlining the system to me sounds like, all right, we got to know which pay platforms would work, right? I use Cash App with some people, Venmo with some people, PayPal with some people, and then there's also, I better put on disclosures.
Yeah, it's gonna ask you.
Hey man, we're just gonna send it today. We're just gonna do our thing. That's what we usually do anyway. But so, do we have all of those options available? Who has access to that account? It would obviously need to be more than one person for the purposes of transparency. But it would be much more efficient if there was some way that, okay, someone wants to donate a piece of art, they contact this entity, and from there what happens is that is, I don't know, listed on a something and made available somehow, whether that's an auction or whatever it is. And when that transaction takes place, the person that made the art takes care of shipping the art. My hope would be that we figure out a way that they either get reimbursed for that, or they go to the post office, find out what the shipping would be, and then contact this organization and say, hey, shipping's $12 or $25 or whatever for that piece. Here's the receipt, or here's the whatever, once you get the receipt. And a way to account for all of that, because on the other end of this will be the taxes and all of that. Some, in some instances, if you generate enough of something, they start asking questions. So it would be smart to have all of that sorted out ahead of time. And what does that look like? What is that? What does that sound like? How do we take what currently exists, the structure that we have, the people that we have involved, and convert an entire show once a month to be dedicated to this? What does that look like? And we haven't even talked about, we also have this concept of Save the Alien, which could be a merch line. Chad, you want to talk about that some? Or you want me to talk about that? Or
Yeah. We can both talk about it. It's going to be basically, I'm going to do some stuff like GoFundMe and such to help get through my stay and all that. I will have some new art coming up for sale. We were also talking about putting out some fun merch for people to pick up that isn't just like giving to a GoFundMe or what have you. There'll be different ways to do different things. And one of them is we came up with the idea of Save the Alien. So I believe we're going to put out a request to the community. And see right there, Goop, you're ahead of me right there.
on skateboard, a sticker.
We were gonna ask for folks to start putting in designs. And we're gonna iron out to hopefully get a lot of those available.
Yes.
We've got
we could use
got
a lot of
Iron
help,
House and
all kinds of.
yes.
I'm just
Burn 'em,
responding
yes.
to the chat. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, me too. It's cool. So yeah, we were gonna do a deal to have everybody just start drawing, painting, whatever your format is. Me as an alien. And we're going to set out some things. It'll probably be something of the nature. Thank you, wifey. She brought me coffee. Oh, many reasons why I married her. This is one right here. Yeah, so I think it's going to be something to the nature of like the Ginn Project and Chad Revart presents, something like that. So, be thinking about the logos that might go around it. It'll be presents Save the Alien, and we'll hopefully, if everything goes right there, look at that. I want to buy the same, the alien hoodie and the beanie. See, guys, that's what we're shooting for. Thank you for
Yes.
the input. Thank you so
here's the
very
thought.
much.
Here's the thought behind that. So Chad and I, for the last 2 years, have been having to figure out merch stuff. And so we have access to, I have a person that does merch for the Ginn Project who's an amazing dude. Look at that, dude. That's incredible. And I'm going to have a conversation with him about numbers, but he is willing to put artwork on hats, shirts, whatever, and isolate that funding and make sure that whatever organization gets their cut once a month. Now, there's not a whole lot of money in t-shirts and hats and stuff. Most of the money is in the hats and the person doing the embroidery or doing the, in this case, probably prints, what we're talking about. But, the idea would be that if people were to make artwork for this concept and submit quality digital copies of it, then we could get it to the merch guy or on one of our websites or all of our websites. We don't know the details of this yet. We got to figure this kind of thing out. But the idea would be that people could order those items, and it would be from a small business. We also have the idea that Chad has access to a printer, like a print shop, a print store shop, like Ginn Project stickers. For example, I'm going to switch to that shop where they can make them there. But they could also put prints out or stickers out with this artwork on it. And we just have to figure out a way to make that available. But there again is a transaction, and we have to figure out how to make all that happen without specifically, say, Chad having to do it or Ash or whatever. So those are the logistical kind of things we're trying to figure out. And
a lot of it's a test run.
Say again?
I said a lot of what we're doing is not only like brainstorming and spitballing with the community, but we're lining up to basically kind of use me as the guinea pig for a test run. I mean, even this episode that you're watching right now is kind of the pilot to the Ginn Project Presents this monthly thing that we're talking about. So, I mean, we're testing the waters. We're trying to see what we can make happen.
And part of that is based on the response that Chad has gotten already, which is a lot of people saying, hey, I'd really like to help out. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I'm a whatever. I'm from the art community, respectively, essentially. And now we're faced with, okay, what does that look like? How do you do that? Yes. The obvious answer is, auctions periodically. But a lot of those have to be done on the down low, and you have to speak in code if you do it on this platform and all of that. So we wanted to go directly to TikTok, have a conversation with TikTok, which is what Ezra's doing. And if they know that once a month we're going to be having a show and it's going to be about philanthropy, and we can get philanthropy experts to come on and advise us and maybe be even on, maybe put a panel together or a board together or whatever. And have a team of people that kind of take things by the reins. Hey, Mikey. Right on, Rachel. And believe it or not, we do too. I mean, Chad and I sat the other night and we talked until 7:30 in the morning, Chad. I was supposed to do a live, and then we just talked. And then me and Ash and Chad have had a conversation. I've had 2 phone conversations with Ezra. One of them was 3 hours long. So there's been a lot of ideas floated. There's been a lot of serious people that have been willing to help. And so we wanted to bring that to the community. And what you got?
I just said thank you, Jerry. And then
right on, Crimson. Cool, right on. That's big picture, Crimson. Hell yeah. So there's a wide range of people out there, but there's also a wide range of skill sets that everybody has to offer. And one of the things that we do as a community is, we talk about this often, is that we don't have teams of lawyers. We have Laura. We don't have teams of HR people. We have Haley Beth. We don't have right? But what we have is people. We have
administrative and planning experience down here.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. And full disclosure, Rachel and I have had a conversation a few weeks ago. This was we were talking, and this was before we knew anything about Chad. Just simply because the conversations we were having about Ginn Project stuff being a lot to manage.
That's before you beat me in followers, and I had to do all this to, flatline for followers.
Yeah, and all of this I'm still convinced is because of because of Chad's insecurity about getting passed with followers. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
One big giant attention-seeking scheme.
I know.
Right after you surpassed me, I came down. Like, here come the cancers. I got to pull something.
He went to the spaceship
Guys.
and said, "Hey, could y'all give me cancer? Again, past me in followers."
Guys, you got to do something. Break out the cancer. I know I've got 1 follower. I only need 100 more, guys. Only
There you go.
100 more while we're on the show. No big deal.
Hey, Eve.
No big deal. Hi, Eve.
So
Hey,
I want to say just that, in my opinion, it is in a lot of ways courageous of Chad to be willing to do this publicly. Like, I would have it would be very, very difficult for me to go through some medical anything publicly. Y'all have seen, like, my wife calls you and talks to you. I don't have much to say. Ain't trying to so it is a huge leap to go stand out there and be willing for everybody to take this journey with you. But I think that's part of it, man. I think that's why it's so important, is because we got a guy that's willing to take us on the ride. And damn it, I don't want to be on the ride, but if I'm going to get on this ride, I'm riding it all the way till the wheels come off. So,
it's not like the cancer's going to go away on its own. I've already got to go through it. So it's like, if you're going to pay a fiddler, you might as well let all your friends come in and dance while the music's being played. Everybody can gain something from it, learn something from it, unity through it, whatever that may be. And again, I'm going to do it on my own terms. I'm not just going to turn on the camera from day one and be like, okay, guys, welcome to MTV's Jackass. No. Like, if I don't want to be on camera, I'm not going to be on camera. But I'm going to try to be on camera. I'm going to try to do lives. I'm going to try to paint and draw from the hospital if they'll let me. I mean, they might be like, no, dude, you lay your ass down. But I'm going to try. And I don't know. I just, I feel that might be the next level of what can we do? A lot of people, you drive race cars, you push to be faster. We don't drive race cars. We try to push humanity further. Anything we can do, let's do that. Yeah, have some. Let's what was it earlier, Ash? It was let's don't just pull the curtain back on the wizard. Let's burn that whole
Burn it
off
down.
the curtain. Burn it down. Hey, thank you, Mikey.
So
Guys,
there's
that's my
this
neighbor,
hole.
and he for real deal takes care of me.
There's this hole in there's these holes in the community that we found not found. It didn't like we discovered them. They've always existed. An example would be, my stepfather was diabetic, the kind that you're born with, not the kind you give to, that you get later. And
Hi, Brandy.
for most of his life, he couldn't get insurance. Like a diabetic, just simply no insurance company would touch him. They could do that. Which meant he was on Medicaid, Medicare, that type of stuff. Which meant that's set at 30% of the poverty level or below the poverty level. And it means that if you make any amount over your cap, it is set at 30% below the poverty level.
Okay,
and it also happens to be like a fraction of 1% of one of the military budgets that isn't on the books. But at any rate,
funny how that works.
So if I disappear tomorrow, you know why. But so what happens is, if someone is on disability, for example, say you have been in a car accident, you have diabetes, or you were born with Down syndrome, any of those apply. Then you have a cap on what you can earn. And if you earn above that cap, you lose your benefits. And the important part isn't the 30% below poverty level check that you get every month. The problem is your medical is with that. Your prescriptions, your ability to see a doctor, your ability to get cancer treatments, for example, is all tied to that. So on one hand, you've got people who are going through a really financially terrible experience. Like Johnny Ray can't work. She works with children. She literally cannot work while she's going through this treatment. Chad won't be able to either. He's got a daughter in school. And the reality is that is financially devastating to people where things are already tight. And it's not going to get better. The rich folks, the powers that be, aren't changing the system the healthcare system to make it better for the patient or better for the average Joe. There is a healthcare system for rich people and a healthcare system for us. There is a judicial system for rich people and a judicial system for us. There is a, like, you can go on and on down that list. And we are on the lower end of that.
Preach.
So one of the things that we do as a community is by the people who are good at whatever this or that kicking in and all doing it as a group, that makes up for not having the team of lawyers and the full staff of HR people and the full staff of PR people and a full staff of advertising people and psychologists that are advertising experts on the panel. And right, the people that we're competing with have all of those things, and they see us as second-class citizens. So no one is coming to help Chad if we don't. There is no person coming to help if we don't. There is no person coming to help Johnny if we don't. And I'm not suggesting that we can pay people's medical bills, but what we can do, if we all can collectively donate art, then we can figure out a way to turn that into something that doesn't waste resources every time it happens, because we know it's going to happen over and over again. So let's be as efficient as possible in that. And maybe that's what people haven't tried to do. Maybe they haven't tried to brainstorm these ideas and come to efficient, really simple ways to solve these problems and not overcomplicate them. Right? All right. We use Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Oh, and if somebody needed to, we can use Zelle. Okay. So we all decide we go with those four. All right, now what's that look like? How do we put some people in charge of actually being able to see where the dollars hit the road at? How does that look like? How do you have accountability for that? Also, can that be a breakout thing, right? Could you have one that is donated art for a particular cause, and then, like we were talking about, and also do art that has merch and has all kinds of other revenue streams that come with it? There's a
Johnny Ray in the house.
Johnny Ray. Right. Well, yeah, right. Burnt Diva. So at first, yeah, we started an organization. We put Chad and Hart in charge of it, and then he gets to write the checks. But we want to put something in place when those checks start getting written for somebody else, and Chad's not the person in need, the next person's in need. But that also exists if I'm not around, or if Ash isn't around, or if Chad isn't around, for whatever reason. That way, all of that institutional knowledge doesn't have to be lost. It's already put in place by the structure that we put together. None of us are young people. All of us have a variety of things that could take us out whenever.
Oh, I'm going to pause you for a second, Bubba.
Yo, Johnny!
We got good news.
Yo!
Going home on Thursday.
Yes.
About time, slacker. About time. Just kidding, Johnny.
That's
Just
awesome.
kidding, Johnny. That's
That is
awesome.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Baby Johnny gets to go home Thursday.
Yes.
Freaking awesome.
I know.
Yes,
Well, Johnny, I'll
Brandy,
swap you
yes.
because my
And
meeting's on Thursday. So you go
Full-
home and I'll take
full
over
dis-
a shift, all right?
She's gonna go home. And
Full
have,
disclosure.
Like, the best sleep ever.
Go home and have the best sleep ever, my wife says.
No doubt.
Yes. That's awesome, Johnny. Buddy did awesome. That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. You did
So,
that.
full
I'm
disclosure,
so happy for you,
I used
Johnny. Oh, my God.
I used to do social work, and a part of that was fundraising. A part of that was the difference between doing a benefit,
This is
a
also
one-time
for one
thing,
chance.
and setting up a foundation, for example. So that's what we're talking about. What approach do we want to take? What makes the most sense? What is able to be put in place? It's difficult online because there's trust issues, there's bad actors, there's people that don't have everyone's best interest in mind. There's people that have been casting accusations for 2 years about Chad and whatever evil thing he did again yesterday. So
It's Ash, man.
there are people that are happy that Chad has cancer. There's people that are glad that Chad has cancer. That's the world that we live in. That's a fact.
That's the
That's
true
just the
story.
reality of the world that we live in.
Yes.
So how do
And
we
now I'm
set
not
up?
talking about just like the doctors and the insurance companies.
Right. There, yeah. So how
Get
do
ready,
you
Shady Kira.
how do you take a loosely grouped together bunch of people and make a legitimate, transparent entity out of it? Yeah, I trust Chad. I trust him a lot. But everybody don't. So I know there are
Smart ones
solutions.
don't.
A lot of them have been
Dances.
workshopped. We're not the first person ever to try to think of this stuff. We're not, but we're the first group of us to all have us together in a room and able to try.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Kat. So that's the big picture idea. Is we got to fit. There is a lot of logistics to doing that, and we've seen it over and over again. There's a lot lost in just doing a one-off event. Like I said, all of the structure you put in place to do a one-off event could be put in place for something that was longer lasting. So at any rate, and look, there's people that are still mad at me because they're not mods on the Ginn Project Show at some point or another. And so there's going to be people mad at no matter what we do is the point that I'm making, right? Like there's people that are mad at me that I unfollowed, but I didn't unfollow them. TikTok unfollowed them. And they assume that I unfollow. So there's all kinds of weird, crazy stuff that happens is what I'm saying. And you see people dealing with petty ass drama on a daily basis. So how do you set up something that doesn't put up with drama, doesn't have any ability for people to take advantage of it, doesn't
almost be autonomous?
Yeah, almost run by. Right. So there's all kinds of people out there though. There's all kinds of the first complaint we got about the Ginn Project Show was someone that was mad because they weren't a mod. Remember that, Chad? All the way back 2 years ago after the very first show.
Yeah.
That happened. That's real. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the problems people are going to have with something like this, right? Especially if whatever their affliction is doesn't become the most important.
You just be mad then, you mean old thing.
Whatever, right. Whatever affliction ails them also isn't necessarily automatically ours to be responsible for. We might not necessarily want to take on every problem. That ain't our role. I'm trying to make guitars.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we do a show once a week for the community.
Yeah. I started a charity and we did work with tornadoes, and people couldn't understand why we didn't rush into flood zones or rush into this or rush into that. And it's like, that's because that's some other charity's work. We focus on this specific work.
Right.
People
right. So but I just bring that up because those are inevitably the type of things that you have to deal with. Those inevitably are the things that end up taking up the most of your time, is dealing with nonsense if you don't have it set up to where. Puzzle piece. Are we not engaging enough, TikTok?
Are you not entertained, TikTok?
Right, Diablo. Yeah. And a lot of those protocols and stuff can come from things that exist and maybe just be modified. But the new thing is the particular group of people and the willingness to all jump in and help. And my argument is we ought to figure out a way to make that systematic so that we don't, as a group, lose that benefit from one or the other can't do something or isn't able to, or doesn't want to, or whatever. Yeah, well, that's the other thing we have to talk about, Laura. This has to be scalable to outside the art community, right? The art community is how we build it and establish it. But if we put it together the right way, then it can have an appeal outside of the art community as well, right? There's a lot of people that I think would put a Save the Alien sticker on something or wear a Save the Alien hat. Now you're getting over into fashion shit, right? Or whatever. So there are, or the prints, right? There are people that collect posters, for example, whatever. And a Save the Alien with some cool ass artwork on it. That in itself could become a thing. Like, I believe that logo, Save the Alien, one day, 5 years from now, if we do things right, that artwork that those artists create could be creating revenue still in the year. So let me lay this out, for example. Maybe this will be helpful. So with the Ginn Project, I'll talk about me and Chad and Ash and even people in the chat. But so Chad and I and Ash and I are building guitars together. When those guitars are finished, there'll be imagery done of them, pictures taken. And that guitar will be sold one time to one buyer. But there will be images of that guitar which we retain the rights to. The artwork that goes on the guitar that Ash does or that Chad does or whoever does, they retain the rights to that artwork. So if Gibson or Fender or somebody like that was doing a collaboration with you, they get 100% of that revenue. The artist has to turn their rights over. What we're doing is the artists keep the rights.
Thank you.
And if Chad and I do a t-shirt together, Ash and I do a t-shirt together, and it's a Ginn Project guitar with their artwork, then we split it down the middle. So every guitar could generate long-term revenue because you could get hats. And maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now, if we're successful, people might want an image of that retro, that very first guitar that Chad made. And they could go buy a hat with that image on it, or they could go buy a shirt or a print or something with that image on it. And this is also a way that we've been able to generate revenue in small ways for other people. We've been able to do collaborations with them. They retain the rights to their art. We make some kind of product. That product gets sold, and somebody gets that money. Chad, you had something, man? It looked like you was ready to.
No, man,
burst.
they were throwing gifts around that were crazy I'd never seen, and I was thanking them.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Thank you, guys. Wowzers.
Heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel. Heard that, Rachel. So,
Rachel, yeah, hit me up.
So some people, and the other thing that we have that we're dealing with that is a positive thing is lots of people have different things that they can offer, right? Different types of expertise. And sometimes you need redundancy in that because all of us are busy and have full-time schedules and can't be at every event for everybody. So if we have redundancy and there's 4 people or 8 people that can respond to whatever the next need is, then all the better, right? And then the people that are doing it don't get burned out. That's the other problem. We can't just keep asking people over and over and over again to do the same exercise because there's so much lost energy in that exercise. There needs to be a structure in place that conserves all of that resource.
Well, and again, not every episode every month is going to be about a fundraiser for a certain entity or person or what have you.
Right.
A lot of them will be educational with guests that would be speaking about on certain subjects, you know. So it doesn't have to be. Well, it will be an ongoing fundraiser, obviously. It won't be that as a constant. There will be a lot of community education involved as well.
It could be ongoing in the sense that, okay, a person made a piece of art for this cause, it is up and available. And sometimes those pieces won't sell for a while. Well, maybe when that piece of art sells, it's the next person's cause. And as long as the artist hasn't unlisted their art, it goes to the next person. You know, once they donate it, we could have that. That's another thing. We need the legal documents. We need the structure for how all of that happens. And it does depend on what state you're in and all that stuff too. So,
Yeah.
right, Rachel. Yes. Right on, Diablo. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you stopping through.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we definitely don't have all the answers. We do have some ideas, and we have had the opportunity to talk to some really smart people who know what they're doing. But ideas come from all places, and all of us are the ones that are going to be doing the lifting. All of the people in the chat, all of the artists that are going to contribute. Some might contribute poetry, some might contribute crocheted items, some might contribute painting, some might contribute music. We've got to figure out a way how to efficiently turn those items into a revenue stream. That's what the artists intend to do with it. Now, how do we do that without third parties sucking up all the money that would have gone to what the artist is trying to do?
Right.
So the contributions, the heart, all of that is there. We've just got to figure out a structure and a way to go about putting it all together. Look, we're not reinventing the wheel, but we are in a lot of ways. When we first started doing TikTok, Chad, when we started doing our shows, we made the conscious decision that we're not going to do politics or religion because we wanted to create spaces where people felt comfortable and didn't feel like they needed to argue the whole time, right? That was accidental. We just did that because we wanted to create spaces where people would want to be. And that proved to be a pretty good idea, right? That ended up being one of the things that was different about what we were doing. Actually, you can get that anywhere. We don't do that here, right? Same thing. Of all the insults I've seen hurled at Chad, and I've hurled some myself, I've never seen Chad publicly respond to anybody with a personal attack or anything like that. He never dragged that business out in public. So there's also a professional way to do business. I would also say that I've never seen Chad do things in one of his lives that he wouldn't do in his shop.
Right. That's true.
So, I don't know. Ash has years of expertise of dealing with galleries and dealing with art transactions. Surely he has some knowledge that'll be helpful in this endeavor, right? Like,
Right.
Oh yeah,
and
I
maybe
hope so. I hope I could add to something.
and maybe the contribution of Ashman's knowledge and the mixture of him and Chad together come up with a concept that wouldn't have come out of any other two minds. And maybe that's how we come up with something that's a little bit different that maybe works.
Hi, baby Goopy. I see you're listening.
Hey,
little
hey,
baby
little goopster.
Goopy.
The little goopster.
Little Goopy Goopers.
There's another example. We saw Goopy go from single digit days to I don't remember anymore.
Daddy Goop.
Now that dude's a dad. That's how life happens on here, though, right? Now that dude's a dad. Our Goopy Goop. Our Goopy makes fingerboards, does landscaping, and does all kinds of cool art. Right? That Goopy. He's a dad now. That's how much life changes since
14 days from 2 years. So proud of you.
That's how much life changes.
Nice.
But we've been on here long enough to be here for that whole ride.
Yep.
That's the community we have. But from our observation, every time they try to help somebody, that community is losing. It's getting like that resource is being leached by other entities. When if we figure out how to do it efficiently, that doesn't happen, and all of the art goes towards the need rather than a small percentage. Now, getting over into merch, again, Save the Alien. Create artwork around Save the Alien. That image behind me, oh, you can't see it. Ash had it. Ash had an image of Chad as an alien. There's one version. Oh, I don't know. We could wrap Save the Alien around that somehow. But if you're interested, do artwork that says "Save the Alien" and probably has some sort of image of an alien of some sort or spaceship or whatever. And we'll see. Maybe we can turn that into a line of merch that is a revenue stream for whoever the next person in need is. The first
Yeah,
person up would
especially
be
if
Chad.
somebody's a digital artist. If they're a digital artist, they work in Procreate or any of those digital means, you could just do a PDF and send it in and have a high quality piece of artwork for stickers or for embroidery or whatever it is, silk screen,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. So that is valuable so that you have a digital piece that you can give out, and it could just keep getting made over and over and over, and you have access to the original piece too because it's digital, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Feel free to include
You need
duckies
to
in
do
your
an
alien
alien
art.
duck.
Feel free to include little duckies in your alien art. If you anybody that decided to do some sort of art for that. But that's the other thing, like crowdsourcing the merch, the artwork for the merch. If the artists are willing to put the work in and donate that art, then let's figure out a way to get it on things that are sellable. And a way for eyes to stay on that revenue stream. I trusted Chad until he went and got cancer just because I've passed him in followers. Up till then, I trusted him.
Flatline
You never
for
know what that
followers.
fool might do now. No.
Not above it. I'm not above it.
Flatlining for followers, dude. Our little
You're going to
ducky.
be listening to the heart monitor as my followers are going up really slowly. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo.
Yes. But we've been doing this for a couple years now, Rev. And the reality is that the need has never diminished. There has never been a time when we all looked at each other and were like, you know what, this week nobody needs anything. It hasn't happened.
Nobody needs help. Yeah, no. Thank you, Bernie.
So I don't know. I definitely don't have all the answers, and I definitely don't always get it right. But I don't know. My man Chad.
But once in a while,
this shit.
when we do,
We do got Ash Man, and he seldom gets it wrong.
it's true.
That's the best lie I've ever heard.
He is the bedrock of correctness. Duck Alien. Yes,
Oh boy.
that's a new game. Duck Alien.
Alien.
Now we're talking about, just to be clear, I'm okay with all types of aliens, but specifically, we always rag Chad about being one from another galaxy, another planet. You're welcome to use whatever type of alien you would like, but we were kind of thinking the green kind or the blue kind or whatever, the kind that kind of come on spaceships.
Duck turn.
Duck alien.
Thank you, Bernie.
Right. Is there lore? Yes,
there
of
lore?
course there is lore. Absolute lore.
What in the Duck Dynasty is wrong with that boy?
What's up, Tick Tick?
Thank you, Bernie.
Yes, there is a lore.
Tick.
We know that Chad is not from this planet. He's good at too many things. Look at him. I mean, you can tell that's not a real human. That's a human suit. I mean, it's obvious. So once we fleshed out that Chad wasn't from this planet, the Intergalactic Council got in touch with me, and some authorities from our nation got in touch with me, and we're like, hey, you're going to need to do a show with this guy, and if you don't, we got your people over here. So Chad and I were put together. He was assigned to me. I was assigned to him. And then later down the road, we reached out to Ashman, because Ashman is also from another planet, and we needed his quadrant to be cooperative in what we were trying to do. So they sent Ashman over, and Ashman smoothed
Kind of an arranged
the waters. Yes, Ashman smoothed the waters, so to speak, and now I'm contractually obligated to be their human, I don't know, consigliere. How about that?
Call that.
Off the top of the head.
Church it up.
I was Air Force. Does that count? I worked with guys from NASA. Does that count? I built jet engines. Yeah, I'm like the liaison, Bob. I'm the liaison between multiple galaxies and dimensions and us lowly Earthlings.
Lowly Earthlings.
Yes, yes. And yes, Dennis Rodman is from another planet. Yes.
Not mine.
Not the one you think, though. Mine either. We don't have that basketball on my planet.
Basketball.
I don't do
That's such a
that.
good movie.
It is a good movie. Come on, yeah.
So maybe now we just put Chad in the box and we all just stare at him.
There you go.
Okay, I can stare at me for hours.
I know.
Ash, would you like to give a speech while we stare at Chad?
I was looking for, I guess, just to make sure he's. Oh, you moved him.
Oh, right on, Bob. Right on, Bob.
Oh, damn it. You keep moving him.
Thanks, Bob.
I was just checking, making sure you're okay. There you go. He's still moving.
I'm alive.
He's still moving.
I'm alive.
Poke him with every once in a while. We're gonna go live just to poke him with a
Just
stick.
poke him with a stick.
We're gonna send
man.
Gary into. Gary's gonna go in and eat the vomit, and then we're gonna send Ash in to poke him with a stick.
Is he still breathing?
You all right, bro? You all right, bro?
Slightly punctured. You know, just a little. It's all right. Probing alien. Now that's a switch up for you.
No, that's not that. That's never mind.
Not there.
Not there. Oh boy.
This is not the gingerbread man. Oh my gosh.
Well, it seems like that if we can put out information and kind of figure out a way to wrangle things, there are people that are receptive to the idea. It seems like there's people that are willing to help out in large and small ways. I guess we
It's
should
almost
all
like
tell
there's a
them.
community of people that like Chad.
So I guess we should tell them all to call Chad and tell him all about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of therapy needed in this community, I think, friends. A lot of therapy.
So maybe what we'll do is each week on the Ginn Project Show, the first part of the show, before we bring the guest on, we'll do a segment, kind of where we're at, what we're doing, what we've been thinking of. And then we'll set up something like maybe we can set up an email, a Gmail address or something. Maybe we can set up like a Ginn Project Show address or something. And where people could just send in ideas, thoughts, information, whatever, that we can consider while we're weighing through all this stuff. And then, that would be a good starting point. And then each week we could reach out, because the other thing that's going to happen from past experience is whatever problems we solve this week, we'll discover more, right?
Oh yeah.
That we didn't know about or whatever. So it could be that it's not for 2 months from now that we need the expertise of someone that's here in this room today. We just might not be at the point yet where we're figuring out the financing stuff or the whatever, right? So please be patient also, because from my past experience, what seems to happen is things kind of take a while to get done as everybody's able to do their part. And then
You do it right.
we kind of arrive to a point where, like, okay, we need to put more information out. We need to get more feedback or whatever. So we'll set up this week. Our goal will be to set up that apparatus, some way for people to contact us with ideas and with everything. Because I can tell you this, if you're sending me stuff on TikTok, I may or may not get it. And
I think everybody should go directly to Ashman's house and just knock on the door with your ideas.
Yeah. Sure.
That could
That's
be.
not a smart thing to do in Arizona. You might get the wrong house.
Not out here in
Hey,
the sticks
Cassie,
either.
thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, Cassie. Y'all are amazing, man. Golly. All the gifts. Thank y'all so much. That's incredible. So, yeah, I think we gotta.
It's a
I
long
think
walk
that's
for Goop.
the beginning, right? No limit on designs.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think so. And I think there's two things going on. There's people that are creating art just to donate, to be sold in some capacity, to raise money to help Chad pay for hotels and food and whatever. And then the next person. And I also think there's this idea of Save the Alien, which revolves around doing like stickers and hats and merch and that kind of stuff to try to create a revenue stream that way that could also be transferred on those funds to the next, which
Right.
isn't as big a revenue stream, right, as actually selling the art, but it could be.
Right.
I worked at a restaurant
Multiple
one time.
places.
Who it's gone up by a lot, but when I worked there, their gift shop made millions just selling T-shirts and hats,
Crimson.
and that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, and in the early 2000s. So there is, like Goopy said, hey, Save the Alien sticker. I put that on a skateboard, right, or on a computer, on a laptop. Especially if you knew that you spent a few bucks and that majority of that money was going to, real deal costs.
Bob, don't say that.
Someone could win a
You're
date
a
with Gary.
That's actually awesome. Yeah,
I like
you can
that.
slap them on your laptop.
Yeah, slap
You can
top.
slap them on your guitar. You can slap them on your skateboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slap them on
over
yourself.
Watch that
So
slap
that-
top. It's a bad egg.
I'll feed you goats.
Oh, Crimson.
How much are the raffle tickets for a date with Gary?
There you go.
That's awesome.
There you go. I
So
think
Bob
that's
tickets
awesome.
for a date with Gary.
Well,
That was
and that's
awesome.
another
Thank you.
thing. That would be the kind of thing that we could do, like that extra show that we're talking about. Once a month, we're going to dedicate the show to this cause. Sometimes it could be fun. Sometimes we do a damn variety show. Other times it's serious and we talk about a topic. But we have a platform and a way to do it. So we'll give up one week a month from interviews from the Ginn Project. And instead of interviewing artists, we'll try to figure out how to help artists.
All right, Chad.
Sure.
First
You,
one.
you need to
Yeah.
make a video of win a date with Gary. You need to do.
Yeah.
You need to make that
I'm
happen.
seeing this.
And you could do it. You could chaperone it, right? We could chaperone it. You just have to have Gary on camera. We do 30-minute. We do an hour and a half. We do an hour and a half live. 3 30-minute dates. That's the other thing we have,
Gary
man.
speed dating.
Speed
We
dating.
could-
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yes, we could come up with some fun stuff. Like, this is going to be a horrible situation
Oh.
at times, right, Chad? We're going to have times when we're crying.
Yes.
There's going to be times that are tough.
Yeah.
So the other thing we want to do, and that applies to everyone that's
Bob,
going
don't
through
kid
something
around us.
difficult, right? That
Yeah.
applies to everyone going through something difficult. Most of the time, those people going through something difficult could use a laugh now and then, or could use a little bit of a diversion, which is what we already try to
Yep.
create with our lives. We try to create that diversionary space where people can vibe.
Oh yeah.
So this is a natural evolution of that. Ashman has puppets. I know it. I've seen them.
Bob, you're killing me.
Bob,
Exactly.
It didn't seem to.
I synced them.
kid, that's
It doesn't
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
get it.
They're everywhere.
I like this. I've been trying to get Chad to start a site for Gary since we met.
There you
I
go,
wanted
man.
Gary merch. I wanted him to have his own TikTok page and his own social media accounts and all of it. Dates with the
Yeah,
puppet.
what
Crimson.
gives, man? What
Crimson.
gives? You should have been doing that from the
No.
get-go, man.
You could get a date with Kermie, or you could get a date with Uncle, or you could get a date with Glory Hole. I
Ooh,
mean,
an
Crimson, that's a good idea, Crimson. Crimson said
an
ask you
online date.
do online dates with puppets. That's
There you
another
go,
one.
man.
Trampoline park, Kira.
There you
You
go.
can go on a date with Gary to the trampoline park.
If he doesn't have a trampoline soon, Kira, I'm very disappointed in him.
That is sad that he does not have one yet.
It's unbelievable.
Oh my
It's
lord!
unbelievable.
The
Uncle
whole
Grandpa,
interwebs is
yes.
getting on to me for not having it. Oh lord,
There he
there he
is.
is.
There he is, right there. He's
Uncle Grandpa.
he's still got the mark on his nose.
Little Uncle Bear.
Oh.
Little Uncle Bear. Yep, I'm ready for a speed date. Absolutely.
All right, first takers. We're gonna have availability here. So once a month, maybe we'll have some speed dating with the uncle on the Ginn Project Show.
There you go. See how it goes.
The tip of the nose got hit by a fan blade on the live. We were live.
It did.
He got hit by a fan. He used to have a mark on the side of his face too, but I think that
Oh,
finally
he
wore
still
off.
does. He still does.
Oh, gotcha.
He's got it across the side of his head.
Yeah, he was broom handled.
I think that's a clever idea. We should have speed dating with Gary, or online date with Gary. Online date with
Which is
little Uncle Bear.
Which is another reason I wanted to put a thing in with TikTok and like let them know, hey, we plan on doing some stuff. See what they say. Hey, look, Favorite didn't throw me out. They just were like, we'd rather you not do that. And are we still cool?
Yeah.
They didn't throw you out, but they did send a cease and desist letter. No big deal. Yeah.
Hey, you know.
Who else in here can say they got a cease and desist letter from an entire platform?
Well, I got one from Dr. Seuss. True story.
I got one from Favorited. The app Ezra asked us to go out and hang out on. Ezra.
I know.
He's in meetings
Thanks,
right now,
Ezra.
probably pleading our case.
He took us to a party and then just like ghosted, you know. It's no big deal. We love going over there and hanging out with you, Ezra. We know you watch the playback. We love hanging out with you over there.
Took us to a party, handed us a handful of the good stuff, and just left us alone.
Did an Irish goodbye and just left without saying anything.
So long.
Bye.
Last time I saw Chad, he looked like he dipped his head in flour. Took a minute to land. That's right. Do better, Ezra.
So god dang fast. Do better.
You should frame your
better.
letters like Sheldon on Big Bang. Yes, that'd be awesome. I should print it out and frame it. Hey, well, you ain't trying unless you're ruffling some corporate feathers, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do.
believe
Hey
so.
there,
Just
music.
plucking them.
That's what we're here to do.
What's up there, music?
So, Chad, do you have anything at all serious to talk about tonight?
Negative. I have nothing serious nor stressful or anything going on at all in life. Everything is like rainbows
So-
and unicorns.
It's all groovy.
It's groovy. Thank you, Crimson.
So, we were talking about maybe doing 2 shows in a row. So, what do you say we do another one next week, or at least a segment of it as a follow-up, and see if we can get the ball rolling on this thing?
Yeah, I think we'll definitely follow up on some of this stuff. Like, I mean, I'll be
How you
able to
like-
come back and tell folks what I learned them, you know, and
On Thursday,
we
right?
kind of go
What do you
from
think?
there. Maybe set up more.
And I got in communication with Jerry, and we're gonna have him on at some point. Looks like probably in January. For those out there viewing at home, Ezra's got a little bit of pull. around here. I'm just saying. Just saying. Every once in a while, Ezra would be like, "Hey, man, do me a solid." And we're like, "All right, cool."
I suppose. Don't like you know how.
I will download this and get it reposted over on the Y-Tubes, and I'll put it Chad's a Whiner or something.
See what you started, Ash? Guys,
I think you started it with the whole cancer thing. I had nothing to do with it.
Y'all hear how much better Ash sounds than Chad? I just love it when they're talking to each other on a live.
I know.
Ash is in the sound studio and Chad's in a barrel.
Ash is like, I know you're trying, Chad, but like, I sound better, and I don't have cancer, so maybe just sit down.
My hair's not falling out yet.
Right.
I've got lights.
Oh, Bob,
I got it all.
Have a good evening. Have a good evening.
Later, Bob.
Friend.
Hey, take care, Bob. Thank you, man. I'll check the mail tomorrow, man. I appreciate that, brother. That's awesome, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. All right. Well, it sounds like we all got homework. There's the disco ball.
Sounds like that.
All right. Well, we had people that are tech experts, people that are PR experts, people that are HR experts all say that they'd be willing to help out. So I think the first thing we need to figure out. No. But no. I think the first thing we got to sort out is like ways to communicate, because it's not practical for me anyway to try to communicate on TikTok's messaging platform. They lose messages or don't get them, or I end up with so many I can't keep up or whatever. So first thing, we got to figure out a way to take care of Kat. Much love. And I'm going to be talking to, I believe I'm going to call Rachel, because the conversation that we had a few weeks ago, she had some ideas. So maybe she's got some ideas on that. And
sure.
If not, we'll call somebody else. We're gonna call somebody else anyway. We don't care. We don't like Rachel that much anyway, right?
Call me. Call me.
Just kidding, Rachel.
I just called to say.
Go fuck yourself.
What in the dynasty is your problem, boy?
Heard that. Yeah. She has been actually working on some of these problems that we've been talking about. Jerry, there's Jerry. Rachel's been a guest on Jerry. She's she
that boy ain't right.
But there's Jerry, y'all. Apparently Ezra likes Jerry a lot. I guess he's an artist of some sort or something. Just kidding, Jerry. I'm just teasing.
No.
So, I don't know. Maybe the three of us at some point are be able to set up a call and have a conversation with Ray Bay and hear her out on some of the things that she's working on, because I think they dovetail with some of the stuff that we're going to need.
Really?
Yeah. So do we want to try to or maybe it's easier for us individually to go out like we did last week and just go talk to who we need to talk to and then come back and I'll report. I don't know how we do this from this point. Suggestions?
I don't know. Probably have another meeting. Go over our notes from before and from all this.
All right, and then we'll make some decisions and try to get things rolling.
Gotta be a decider. Gotta be a decider.
All right, I'll be a decider.
Gotta be a decider. It's true.
All right, we have anything else we got to go over tonight?
Not an info.
So Chad, why don't you entertain us for 25 minutes so your daughter doesn't have to go to bed on time?
All right, cool. I'm going to play the mouth horn. He's ready. That was Ash. Because if I tried to play the nose horn right now, I
Yeah,
would
no,
cry.
we don't want you playing it.
I'm still like scoliosis of the face bone. Scoliosis. Anybody else got anything to put in out
Well,
here?
we have no
Anybody?
drama, no drama day coming up on the 16th. That's
This
where
is
you just be
true.
cool to one another. Don't start none, won't be
It's
none. It's no drama day. So
What
no
just
day is
be
drama.
that?
a cool person on December
December.
16th.
Do we know what day of the week
Yes.
that is? That's what I mean. Like,
What day? What day was that, Laura? Laura knows. 16th is a
I
Tuesday.
know, right, Ray?
oh, cool. That works out.
Yeah.
All
Hope
right. That
everybody is
works.
So we'll be
celebrating
here.
on that day.
Yeah.
So that's next week.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So be
Look at
cool.
Next
that.
Tuesday.
Have a good dessert and be nice to each other. That's all it is.
Yeah, whatever you got to do not to be a D-bag, do that and do it maybe twice,
Yes.
you know?
Can that start now? yes.
Yeah, I think it should.
I went and
It
saw.
Maybe if we all...
I went and saw Victor Dizzy Toad over the weekend, and this is a piece of locust,
Nice.
the little tree that he did.
Yo,
I think it's really beautiful.
Nice.
I love the grain patterns.
It
in
is
it.
cool.
So that's a piece of original
Very
Victor
nice.
stuff. And look, there's his logo.
The brand nice.
nice.
Also, while I was
Victor.
there was a gentleman from Mozambique that made cool little art. So I got a little airplane that's made
That's
out of
awesome.
bottle caps. And it reminded me of
Nice.
trench art. Is why I dug it so much.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me a lot of trench art. But anyway. So I got to go to a cool little arts and craft festival over in Hendersonville. Victor Dizzy Toad was participating. He had a nice setup. I was standing there while he had some sales. So I would encourage you guys, go do your thing. He's out there doing it, making it happen.
Oh yeah.
You can do it. It's true.
Yes. Do we want to do the play 'em out song this week or anything? Or you want to just wander off? Or how do you want to do
Always.
this, Chad?
Always.
I guess for
You
now,
know,
send messages to me and I'll try to organize them. Just don't be mad at me if I don't immediately.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Eve's right.
outlaw.
Eve's right.
Outlaw.
me too, actually.
Eve's right.
Oh, holy crap. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Eve. This I just got in the
No.
mail a couple days ago. Who did it?
Oh,
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Severed art.
Come on.
Like we wouldn't
Yes.
know.
I know.
Good Lord.
Jealous?
Severed. Shame on
Jealous?
you for being so talented.
Isn't that amazing?
It looks 3D, man. It's crazy.
It does.
Yeah.
It is so perfect in person too. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And then the title of it is The Eternal Balance of True Sight. Yeah, it's got all the
There she
information
is.
for the eyes on there. Yeah,
Nice.
Man, that is
it's amazing,
phenomenal, man.
isn't it?
No, Ray. That's flat.
No, it's not. See?
You want to know something cool?
That's amazing.
I have a collaboration with her.
You ain't got to lie to kick it. We're already your friends, Ginn.
She puts artwork on stuff that I make. It's awesome. I'm probably gonna
It's
eat
pretty
this
cool.
winter because of her.
You don't buy me a cheeseburger.
Might have cheeseburger this week. Yam is amazing.
Oh yeah.
So ideas, please, I guess, send them my way for now until we figure out where we're all going to send all of that information. I'll do my best to get to what I can. Like I said, it's difficult on the TikToks, but we will get a probably like a Gmail or I don't know. We'll get something set up.
Inundate this man with messages. He doesn't have
Nothing will
enough
change.
going on. Just
Yeah, might as well.
He's not.
Might as
He's
well.
not busy.
Might as well.
Send it
Asking
4 or 5
questions from
times.
1984 and previous.
Yes. But we will take these ideas,
Historian.
we will get them in one place. We will be having meetings and trying to make some, hey, Dad, and trying to make some decisions on how to move forward and how to try to make this thing a more permanent fixture within our community, so that everybody benefits from it. And those the most in need benefit from it when the time comes, whoever they may be. Maybe one of us one day. We don't know. Who knows? So I guess initially, send your correspondence to me or Ash or Chad, and then we'll talk to each other. And hey, Project Zero, what is up, brother? Good to see you.
What up,
And then we'll try to get it. We'll try to get it started. We'll figure out what seems to be the best practical way to take all these kind, generous offers of art and turn those into a resource for the people that need it without it leaching out much of that equity into third parties that don't have anything to do with anything. We're going to need to use third-party billing apparatuses, ways to transfer money and stuff. We're using a third-party platform, TikTok, to talk to each other on. So there will be third-party entities involved, but we want to keep that to a minimum and maximize the amount of help that this art will get for people. And I think that's where we see the biggest loss is the run-up of the apparatus each time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need it to be able to plug and play.
Yeah.
And we need it to be interchangeable to where if one of us isn't able to do something or whatever, it doesn't shut the whole damn thing down. And we need to make sure that there's accountability, that the money goes where it's supposed to go, and that more than one set of eyes can see that happen. That's very important.
True story.
And we need to be able to win a date with Gary.
Yes. Yeah. And other fundraising ideas, other show ideas, stuff that we can do. If we're going to do a show once a month dedicated to this, sometimes it'll be for raising money. Sometimes it'll be for bringing awareness. Sometimes it'll be sharing information. Just like always.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it'll be because.
And sometimes Chad's going to feel like shit, and we're just going to have to roll with that. Sometimes he may not be able to be there, and we'll have to, I guess, just pity our way through it, I guess.
What will you do without me? I'm kidding. Ash will be like, yo, I finally got some room to stretch out. Get out of here.
I know the sound quality will improve. We probably won't get kicked off of favorited as much.
Favorited.
This is true.
Oh my God. S.A. What if S.A. wins the date with Gary? Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Oh,
that
no.
could be, we might have found a loophole.
Security. We're going to have personal.
I guess then
got knife and fork coming to dinner.
I was going to say we're going to have to check and we'll just take the hot sauce out of her purse. He'll be safe.
Yes. The following Tuesday will be Taco Tuesday.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
If SA has a date with Gary this Tuesday,
Johnny.
then the following Tuesday is probably going to be Goat Taco Tuesday.
There ain't going to be none left.
Yeah, true that, Laura.
Tuesday.
True that, Laura. You did get kicked off a lot too.
Went up on favorite. Really?
Wow.
Yeah, she got booted a lot too.
Don't be stealing my shtick, Laura. That's what I do on favorite is get kicked off over and 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 over.
I love it. Hoof
Good
Pickles,
Lord.
what is up, lady? Hope
Hey,
you're
Hoof
doing all
Pickles.
right.
Pickles?
Anybody that
weird.
missed the show tonight, we did the entire show talking about Chad's situation and what we're going to try to do as a community to respond to it. We would like to come up with some kind of way of putting a system in place that is permanent, that helps out folks in similar situations and can be transferable on as it goes. So no worries at all, Hoop Pickles. But hey, Marcus. But I will load this over on the Y tubes, and we kind of lay out the basics of what we talked about tonight, which essentially was a lot of people, for example, offered to donate art to help Chad out. So what that means is we got to figure out how to convert that artwork into cash, how there's accountability in that process, and how we do that repeatedly without losing all of the resources that go into ramping up something like that, and then everybody going their own way and then ramping up something like that. So trying to put a structure that is permanent and in place that has accountability and the right people with the purse strings and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so
and we don't want to hold the money.
Throughout.
We don't want to hold the money. We don't want to hold the art. The artist should be able to hold on to the art. And when it sells, hopefully we figure out a way to reimburse them for shipping, because that makes sense only in the sense that if their art sells somewhere, then we know how much we brought in for that. The shipping would be included in that, and then the artist could be and get reimbursed for shipping, which would mean that maybe more artists would be able to participate long term if every time they made a piece of art, they didn't have to pay to ship it. So it may be a natural way that simply by plugging that hole, we can conserve a whole lot of resources in the process. So we have a lot of different people. Thank y'all so much. We have a lot of different people from a lot of different areas. None of us are specifically experts in this particular field, but we have reached out to people who have agreed to talk with us. So we will also have a chance to talk with Ezra and some of his people this week, and we'll bring that information. We're going to do another show like this next week. We're going to follow up on Chad's bullshit, and then from there we're going to start figuring out getting some guests scheduled. I believe that we have Spurs scheduled for the Christmas time show. We had her on last Christmas. Hey, Team Nate.
Nate.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm losing my voice here. But
Spurs is like the Christmas special. Like that's just what that's how that works.
Spurs is the Christmas
just
special.
Become the annual. I know. What do we get for Christmas? Spurs.
The Spurs. So please take the time if you get a chance this week or whatever. I'll load this show over on the YouTubes. Go over there and give it a listen. Hear kind of what we talked about. The problem is we don't have all the suggestions in the chat other than what Laura's written down and I've written down and the rest of us remember. But usually when me and Ash and Chad get together, we kind of make an outline of what we're talking about. And that kind of keeps getting refined and refined and refined. And we'll do that, and we'll just keep reporting back to y'all until we get it figured out. If nothing else, we'll do what everybody else does, and we'll blame Chad. It's all his fault. Wipe our hands with it and go on to the next thing.
It's an easy thing to do. It's easy. I make it real simple.
One of my favorite things to do is to blame Chad. Or me, yeah, Laura. Right on. That works too, Laura. That works too. Ginn's fault.
Yeah.
It's all Ginn's fault. So, Chad, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color? Well, for the longest time, Haley Beth has sent me blue hearts.
Yeah?
So I think maybe blue would be pretty cool.
So do you good
Maybe
people,
so.
Thank you, Pamela. Do you good people think that y'all might be willing to drop blue hearts in the chat? And please get us some screenshots of that, just like we do every week. And this one's for Chad, guys.
Big, huge love to y'all. You gonna roll that beautiful bean footage? Roll that beautiful bean footage. Man, y'all are too kind. I hear the music before it's even on. Can y'all hear that?
Yep.
Oh no, everything shut down on me.
Looking and breaking everything.
Showing the stickers ruined it.
Oh no, Mr. Bill!
They tried to shut it out.
Stickers.
You ready? Here we go, y'all. You ready, Chad? You got anything else to say? Ash,
Guys,
you got anything to say, buddy?
I'm good.
I'm hoping we'll be on the Low Orbit Lounge Thursday. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Unless we're doing some flow states. The Ashman will be on.
I'm going to try to do some flow states. I don't know when.
yourselves.
I'm going to try.
I'm going to try to
Same.
as well. All right, then. Big shout out to Black Country Guitar.
Is he in here?
Nope.
But
No, I don't know if he is. I just meant I wasn't saying it because I saw his name. I was just giving him a shout out for that beautiful
Yeah, Black
song.
Country. I hadn't talked to him. I need to send him a message. He probably wonders what happened to us. All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all are amazing.
I'm
We'll
probably going to
report
show
back
off some
to you.
artwork that's not mine. Sorry, Sue.
He carves the wood with a steady hand. He's got the magic, the master, the math. Ashman by his side with a joke or two. They're building dreams in a world of blue. The Ginn Project, where the soul takes flight. Chad's in the corner, keeps it all tight. MC Haley Beth keeps the groove just right. The Ginn Project guitars burn bright. Sawdust flies like a desert storm, crafting tones that are rich and warm. Ashman's laugh echoes through the shop. With Chad sharp wit, they never stop. It's not just tools, it's a family thing. Every note they build starts to sing. The Ginn Project, where the soul takes flight. Chad's in the corner, keeps it all tight. MC Haley Beth keeps the groove just right. The Ginn Project guitars burn bright. Strings hum like a river's moan. Each fret a story, each chord a home. Haley's voice is the spark in the flame. Together they rise, they're changing the game. Strings hum like a river's moan. Each fret a story, each chord a home. Haley's voice is a spark in the flame. Together they rise, they're changing the game.
We love you, Chad.